one advantage that it gives to organizations is that you can tap into talent anywhere in the world. So if you have a specialist in Asia or in the EMEA, you can ask that person to join the team. So it gives an incredible opportunity in that sense, access to talent. Another, of course, is the mix of cultures, the local expertise, the local knowledge of the markets, and the 24/7 idea of being available to your customers, internal or external, any time of the day. Research tells us that in a virtual team, that the hierarchy is less present, that people who are very sensitive to the hierarchy, when the boss is in the room or the boss's boss, they might not speak up, that in a virtual environment, they are more likely to speak up, to voice their opinion. So that's one clear advantage that we have seen. Another thing is that you see in a lot of groups that the majority tends to dominate. This could be one particular culture, for instance. Whereas in the virtual environment, in a virtual meeting, that effect doesn't seem so strong. The minority members can be different culture, can be women in a male-dominated group, can be second language speakers. They tend to speak up more. So there's more room for initiative and less of a threshold, if you want, for minority members. Because of the lack of visual cues, when you don't see each other, some of the status differences disappear. Status in clothing, who gets to sit at the end of the meeting table. There's more equality. And again, it makes people participate more easily. The social fabric smoothens. There's less inhibited by tradition and pecking order and social structure. Makes things easier. Particularly for people who perhaps come from very hierarchical or what we call more indirect countries, like some of the Southeast Asian countries, Thailand or Japan. There's a lot of protocol. So working virtually takes some of the protocol away, which is kind of counterintuitive. You would expect people from those kind of cultures to be less versed to working virtually, but I've seen the opposite.